Welcome to another episode of On the Run with Run Girl. In this episode, we're talking about runners' problems. Now, if you're new to running, you might not yet be familiar with terms like chafing or runner's knee or even missing toenails. Yikes. But for those of you who've been running for a while, you'll feel right at home in this combo. In this episode, we're joined by Run Girls April and Brittany, who'll share their own run-ins with running and their tips for dealing with it along the way. Enjoy.
So I'll tell you a little bit about what's been happening lately. So there's the second toe from the last, what would you call that? Like there's the pinky toe and then there's like.
Little piggy went to the market.
Okay.
I just stayed home.
Yes. So at night, it throbs after I run more than 5 miles. It doesn't fall off, it doesn't turn black, it doesn't do anything. It just throbs at night. I don't know if it's not enough blood circulating to that toe or what, but yes, it has been a struggle.
I know sometimes if you're running, I lose feeling in my feet in its entirety sometimes when I run.
What?
They go numb. And I think it's just my cadence and I wasn't wearing the right shoes. So maybe the isolated toenail is hitting up against your shoe. Because for me, I'm oh, this is a wonderful run. Now I can't feel my feet and I'm still running and it hasn't been that long.
Oh, it happens during the run.
During the run. Everything is sunshine and rainbows until you can't feel your feet. So haven't had the toenail problem, but I don't know on the hierarchy if I would rather have one throbbing toenail.
There are two.
Or
Is
it the same one on each foot?
Yes. I was having issues with my arches. I was having issues with my knee. So when I trained for the Chicago Marathon, my knee went to shreds.
Oh, from the training.
From the training and training in really crappy shoes, which I didn't know that at the time. I was oh yeah, I was I can train in anything. I'm gonna run these 26.2 miles. And when I tell you my knee was interesting, I don't want to be here anymore. I had to switch shoes completely. And so I went to a running store and I was can we try a bunch of shoes or whatever? And it's been a game changer. Okay, so you're training for Cherry Blossom and District 19.
Yep, in the 98.9 degree DC weather.
Okay. How you doing in the heat? How's the hair holding up? Because the curls are popping. I love them.
I try to run at 6 a.m. before it gets too hot. But mostly, I work in a job where there's a lot of face-to-face. I'm not hiding behind a Zoom camera with my camera off. So I have to run, shower, and then be ready to see people.
Yeah.
So during the week a lot, I'll do just twist outs and kind of just twist it. And then that's really easy for me to kind of put a headband on, put a hat on, go see my children for work and things like that. And then on the weekends, ready to go, have it out.
Now, I was saying, I honestly thought when I locked my hair, I was oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to run every day.
Was that part of the decision making?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. Not at all. I knew in my 30s that I wanted to have locks. And so, but I also was oh, it's gonna be low maintenance. It's gonna be cute all the time, whatever. Absolutely not.
I think it's a misconception, right? That
100%. Especially in this humidity.
That you have, very low maintenance hair, but it's humidity and you're still running, so you're still having to do things to it.
Yes. And the thing is with locks too, it traps everything. So, and you I don't have the luxury of washing it every day or even every.
Question I always want to ask.
You could.
How often do you wash your hair?
I don't wash it. I probably wash my hair every 4 weeks. I love that you talked about the community piece because I think that's the only thing keeping me, not only thing, I won't say the only thing, but it is a large part of what keeps me going. I love the friendships that I've built around it. The other piece for me though is I don't have a lot of coordination. So don't ask me to be on your volleyball league. Don't ask me to be on your kickball league.
I got the height.
And so for me, it's something that I know I'm good at, right? And so I think competing with myself and sort of competing with other people and constantly keeping that element in my life is really helpful. It helps me, especially when I have a bunch of things going on and I'm all right, Brittany, you need to be really good at something. You need to win this week. So maybe that's hey, for the next 3 runs, maybe try to run a specific time. And so sort of challenging myself around it. And then I can't get to the big stage, right? Because I refuse to commit to a race. But I think it's that piece of it is really great. I also like being, you know, a lot of my running friends are like, you know, people of color, you know, Black folks, things like that. But I think there's still like very few of us in that space, and I think it feels very cool to be a part of it. So I'm curious about the coconut oil. But you know, some people use like the little sticks, like the little chafing sticks, or like other things. But how did you was it like trial and error around like products, or what was the deal there?
Yeah, it was definitely trial and error. You know, when I first started really running,
Yeah.
like, competition-ish running type of things, at the end of the race, I'm like, why does this hurt? Why am I walking like I'm in a Thriller video?
Right,
you know,
right,
things
right.
like that. So it was a lot of trial and error, but then I was already using coconut oil for a lot of things. I've had some surgeries under my arms and things like that with sweat glands, so I have always kind of put coconut oil on different places. Yes.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be the person I call if I like ever start having chafing issues, because you know, like the
coconut oil, great for your hair, your skin, the chafing.
It's like, okay, all hail the coconut oil.
Yes.
Oh.